Welcome all you to the English news on Lào Cai television. Here are the main highlights for today. President Lương Cường pays New Year visit to Lào Cai. Total provincial budget revenue reaches nearly 2,930 billion VND. Unique traditional New Year games of the Hmong people. Here are the details. On the occasion of the beginning of Lunar New Year 2026, President Lương Cường and a high-level central delegation visited and extended New Year greeting to the party committee, authorities, armed forces, and ethnic groups of Lào Cai province.
Addressing the gathering, President Luong Quang expressed his great joy in witnessing the profound transformation of Lào Cai, a strategic frontier province of the fatherland. He emphasized that from a land facing numerous hardships, Lào Cai has completely revitalized its appearance after 40 years of renovation. Notably, despite suffering heavy impacts from recent storms that damaged or destroyed thousands of homes, the local government and people demonstrated a remarkable spirit of solidarity to stabilize lives just before the Lunar New Year. On behalf of the party and state leaders, President Luong Quang also extended his deepest condolences to the families of the victims involved in the tragic passenger boat accident on Thác Bà Lake on the evening of the fifth day of Tet. The president highly commended and congratulated the party committee, authorities, and people of Lào Cai for their recent achievements. In 2025, the province's economic growth rate ranked 17th out of 34 provinces and cities nationwide and second in the Northern Midlands and Mountains region. Poverty rates have decreased sharply, while healthcare and education have received proper investment. The cultural identity of ethnic groups has been preserved and promoted, while foreign affairs have achieved significant milestones in building a border of peace, friendship, cooperation, and development. Entering 2026, the first year of implementing the resolution of the 14th National Party Congress, President Luong Quang emphasized historic national goals. By 2030, the 100th anniversary of the party's founding, Vietnam aims to become a developing country with modern industry and upper-middle income. By 2045, the 100th anniversary of the country's founding, Vietnam strives to become a developed, high-income nation. The president analyzed that to achieve these targets, Vietnam must maintain continuous double-digit growth for many years to come. He stated that while this is a challenging task, it is a glorious mission that requires the relentless effort and high unity of the entire party and over 100 million citizens. If we are united and highly unanimous, we fear no difficulty, every obstacle can be overcome, he affirmed. On the occasion of the new spring, the president wished the people of Lào Cai a healthy, happy, and successful year, aiming to turn Lào Cai into a key growth pole of the northern region. During the visit, he presented the province with a bronze drum painting, while Lào Cai leaders gifted him a painting of the province's iconic terraced rice fields. On behalf of the province, Mr. Truyền Viet Hung, member of the party central committee and provincial party secretary, expressed deep gratitude and pledged to seriously implement the president's profound and practical strategic directions. To conclude the visit, President Luong Quang and other leaders presented New Year, lucky money, and gifts to the elderly, revolutionary contributors, policy beneficiary families, and disadvantaged students.
At the launch of the tea tree planting ceremony on February 23rd, with the attendance of President Lương Cường, Provincial Party Secretary Truyền Viet Hung affirmed Lào Cai's commitment to making a green economy its development bedrock. Implementing President Ho Chi Minh's teachings, the province has leveraged its unique advantages to promote afforestation, focusing on large timber forest integrated with the processing industry.
In his keynote address, Secretary Truyền Viet Hung stated that by faithfully implementing the profound teachings of President Ho Chi Minh, Lào Cai has successfully leveraged its unique local advantages to promote robust afforestation and forest protection movements over the years. The province has proactively planned concentrated production regions and restructured its agricultural sector toward the development of large timber forests, closely integrated with the modern processing industry. This strategic approach is designed not only to combat climate change and mitigate natural disasters effectively but also to create stable and sustainable livelihoods for the people, particularly ethnic minority communities in high-altitude and extremely disadvantaged areas. According to the Provincial Development Plan, in this month alone, Lào Cai strives to plant 3,000 hectares of new forests and 50,000 scattered trees. Looking ahead to the year 2026, the entire province targets the planting of 14,000 hectares of new forests, aiming to enhance the quality of forest coverage and expand the market reach for forest products.
Since the beginning of the year, Lào Cai state budget revenue has reached nearly 2,930 billion VND. This result reflects the effective management of local authorities and create a strong momentum for the province to meet its THLC targets.
In February alone, revenue was estimated at 1,114 billion VND, surpassing the forecast by 224 billion VND. Specifically, balanced budget revenue reached 1,911 billion VND, about 20% of the assigned estimate, while import-export activities contributed 313 billion VND. Other sources included 682 billion VND from land use, 9 billion VND from the lottery, and 13 billion VND from mineral resource contributions. These figures show a very positive economic start for the province.
In 2026, Lào Cai province aims for at least 90% of administrative procedures to be processed entirely online, ensuring that citizens only need to provide their data once.
To achieve this, the province is focusing on streamlining processes, restructuring digital procedures, and reducing processing times. All online public services are being integrated with the National Public Service Portal, ensuring that 100% of individuals and businesses are identified and authenticated seamlessly across all government levels. This initiative enhances transparency in administrative tasks, improves the investment environment, and drives local socio-economic growth. Currently, Lào Cai has approximately 2,100 administrative procedures eligible for online processing, with the online submission rate already reaching 86.77%.
Lào Cai sees 792 military volunteers in 2026, including 77 newly admitted party members.
Several localities have seen a high number of citizens volunteering for military service. Currently, local military service councils have issued enlistment orders, distributed military gear, and organized meetings to encourage and present gifts to young citizens, motivating them to fulfill their sacred duty to the fatherland. The 2026 enlistment ceremony across the province will take place simultaneously on the morning of March 4th, the 16th day of the first lunar month. The Provincial Military Service Council is directing regional defense units to coordinate with local wards and communes to organize the ceremony according to Ministry of National Defense guidelines. Ensuring health standards, providing proper logistics at assembly points, and implementing supportive, rear area policies are top priorities to help young recruits feel secure and ready for their service.
The province currently has 125 farms, including 119 livestock farms, 1 crop farm, 3 aquaculture farms, and 2 integrated farms.
These models, primarily owned by households and individuals, have proven highly effective in boosting the rural economy. On average, each farm has an investment and business capital of approximately 2.6 billion VND and employs a total of 569 regular workers, providing local jobs and increasing income for rural laborers. With an average production value of 5.36 billion VND per farm, these models contribute significantly to the province's agricultural growth. Beyond economic benefits, the farm model plays a vital social role by shifting farmers' mindsets from small-scale production to large-scale commodity production. This transition promotes the restructuring of rural labor, reduces the trend of locals leaving for work elsewhere, and gradually develops a community of skilled farmers who can enrich themselves legitimately in their own homeland.
During the 2026 Lunar New Year holiday, Lào Cai continued to be a top destination for travelers. Over the 9 days break, The province welcomed nearly 780,000 visitors, including approximately 55,000 international tourists, generating a total revenue of nearly 1,700 billion VND.
This represents a significant increase of over 35% compared to the same period last year, exceeding initial forecasts. Specifically, Bao Ha and Sa Pa remained the most popular sites with 230,000 and 215,000 arrivals respectively, while the overall provincial room capacity reached 75 to 80%, with Sa Pa hitting near full capacity at 95 to 100%. According to the Lào Cai Department of Culture, Sports, and Tourism management during this holiday was highly effective and synchronized. Service providers strictly complied with price listing regulations and focused on improving service quality. Furthermore, the diverse range of art programs, traditional festivals, and folk games organized across localities served as major highlights, successfully attracting both residents and tourists through the rich cultural identity of the region.
Lào Cai province is actively implementing housing development program to meet growing demand and accelerate local urbanization.
Currently, the province has 48 commercial housing projects underway, providing 10,108 individual houses and 259 apartments, primarily concentrated in urban areas. Regarding social housing, the province is closely coordinating with investors to speed up the construction of existing projects, which total 2,765 units. In addition, authorities are finalizing investment procedures to commence 5 new social housing projects with a combined scale of approximately 4,099 apartments. The province aims to complete 1,200 social housing units by the end of 2026. This initiative is expected to ensure social welfare, improve living conditions, and create a strong momentum for sustainable socio-economic development in the coming years.
Ladies and gentlemen, every year as state arise and spring return, along with traditional custom, the Hmong people in the highland of Lào Cai are once again bursting with unique folk games. This is also an occasion for the community to meet, bond, and preserve beautiful traditional cultural values through many generations.
Right from the first day of Tet, the Hmong people in Nai Phong Cho village, Sin Ching commune, gathered joyfully to play top spinning, a familiar game associated with the childhood of many generations. The cheers and the sound of spinning tops colliding created an exciting and bustling atmosphere on the first day of the new year. This game has existed for a very long time, since the time of our grandfathers and fathers. When Tet comes, we invite each other to play top spinning like this, and it is very joyful. The way these games are played varies. Some people hit the top 3 times from a close distance, then 3 times from a far distance. If they hit all 3 shots, they return to hit 3 times from a close distance again. Continuing like that, they hit 9 times from a far distance, and finally 1 shot from very far away. Seeing this, the brothers in the village feel very united. From the 3rd day of Tet onwards, when the traditional Gao Tao festivals are organized, the festive space in highland villages becomes even more vibrant with characteristic folk games such as pow throwing, stick pushing, and carousels. These are cultural beauties that demonstrate the strength, ingenuity, and community spirit of the Hmong people. I find these Hmong games very fun. Every year when Tet comes, there are many games. Playing is joyful and brings many friends together. I hope that every year these games are held here for everyone to play happily. This is my first time experiencing the highlands and this border region. I feel that being up here is completely different, starting from the atmosphere of Tet. Truly, in the lowlands, I have never felt a Tet like the one here in the highlands. The folk games of the Hmong people during Tet not only bring joy but also contribute to preserving traditional cultural identity, creating a unique attraction for Highland Spring festivals. Through this, the spirit of solidarity and community bonding continues to be nurtured, making each returning spring warmer and more vibrant in the highland villages.
Ladies and gentlemen, our program today is ending. Thank you for your attention.